I was born March 18th, 1856 in Copenhagen, Denmark. My parents left Copenhagen for Liverpool, England, early in the spring of 1857. Here a company of
544 saints, mostly Scandinavian, boarded the sailing vessel Westmoreland and put out to sea. Upon reaching Iowa City, a handcart was assigned to each family, and after loading our belongings, the next westward trek was begun. I, being so young, was permitted to ride a great deal of the time. The caravan reached Omaha about July 1st, 1860, where my mother became very ill, and the doctor said she would not live if she did not have her leg amputated. But her great faith carried her through without an operation. She had been promised she would see Salt Lake City. The family rested a short time for her to recuperate, and the rest of the company moved on. In the spring of 1861, our journey continued, but my mother was far from well. She had to ride most of the way, as did 3 of us children. It was at this time I became very ill and slipped into a coma, and in spite all that Loving Hands did for me, I was thought dead. Those in charge of the company thought it best not to stop for burial, which was common then with Indians on the warpath. So I was wrapped in a blanket and left by the roadside, hidden in some tall bushes. After camp was made that night, my mother, sensing that something was amiss, left camp under the cover of darkness in search of me. Despite her ill health, she walked throughout the night until she found the spot where I was left. Fortunately, for my sake, she was guided back to me and found me still breathing. Throughout the next day, she carried me back to the company, to my father, who had been anxiously searching for her. After Loving Hands cared for me and the elders administered to me, my health was restored and I was spared to come to Utah. There, my childhood and girlhood was spent.